Folks, today we're going to start our review for polynomials. I'm going to try and, make this as straightforward as I can here. So we'll do 3 days of review, just because it's been a little while, right? So today we'll review, about a third of the material. Tomorrow we'll review another third, and then Monday we'll review the final third, okay? Monday I will open up the test for you guys to start taking. There won't be any homework Monday. I'll open the test for you to start taking, and that will be due by the end of the day, Wednesday. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions or anything like that, but that's what it would be. You will be allowed to use any of these notes that we've done, any of my videos that you want to use too. You may not use any of your friends though. Please do not talk to one another. Please do your work, okay? And so don't ask anybody else for help. You can go to the videos that we've given you. You can use the notes that you've taken here from the homeworks or anything like that, but please do not talk to anybody else for questions. Okay, so let's do this review. So number one here, we're asked to simplify this expression. So you can see here, what should we do first? So hopefully you said we should distribute. So we'll distribute 3 terms there, and then we'll distribute to the 3 terms here too. So 3x times 4x squared gives us 12x to the third. Oops. Okay. And then we'll just keep multiplying here. 3x times a minus x gives us minus 3x squared. And then 3x times the plus 2 gives us plus 6x. Okay. Oops. And then the 2x times the 2x squared gives us 4x to the third. And then the 2x times the minus x gives us a minus 2x squared. And then the 2x times the 1 gives us a 2x. And now we'll just do what? What should we do next? Hopefully you thought combine like terms, right? So we have 12x cubed and the 4x cubed makes 16x cubed. Okay, and then the minus 3x squared is like with the minus 2x squared, so we get minus 5x squared. And then the 6x, well, that's like with the 2x right there, and so we'll have 8x, and there's our final answer. Okay, we know we're done because there's no more things to combine together, nothing to multiply. All right, now we're going to find the zeros of this function. So to find the zeros of any polynomial function, you want to, well, set it equal to 0. Okay, and then we want to try and factor. Remember, if you can't factor, then you would use the P's and Q's and guess and check. But let's see if this factors. I see right away that all 3 of these terms are divisible by 4, and we can take out an x to the 4th. And so I'm taking out 4x to the 4th from this will give me an x to the 2nd. Taking a 4x to the 4th out of this will give me a just x. Taking a 4x to the 4th out of that will give me a minus 6. Okay, so now I want to see if I can factor this quadratic right here. And so let's see here. I think it does factor. I need 2 numbers that multiply to make negative 6 and add to make 1. So 2 numbers that multiply negative 6 and add to make 1. What do you guys think? Well, those 2 numbers would be positive 3 and negative 2. And so this will factor to be 4x to the 4th, x plus 3, x minus 2. We'll then set each one of these factors equal to 0. And then solve. So here we'll just divide both sides by 4 and take the 4th root. You're going to get x equals 0. Okay, here we'll subtract 3 on both sides. And so you get x equals 3, or negative 3, sorry. And then here we'll add 2, and so you get x equals positive 2 on both sides. And voila, there are your 3 answers. Okay, I didn't leave myself enough space there quite, but that's okay. All right, number 3, we're asked to factor this polynomial completely. So let's see here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. I don't see a GCF, anything we can divide all 4 terms by. You always want to check that GCF first. But what I do see is that we could potentially group here. So let's group these first 2. Let's group these second 2. From that first group, what can we take out? Well, hopefully you said we can take out a 5 and an x. So that's going to be a 7y minus, and then 5x divided by 5x is just a 1. Okay, and how about from the second group? What can we take out from 56y, a negative 56y, and a positive 8? Well, hopefully you said negative 8. If we take a negative 8 out, that leaves us with a positive 7y and a negative 1. And you see we have the same leftovers, so we can see here that factor by grouping does in fact work. We'll take out the 7y minus 1, and that leaves us with the 5x and the minus 8 there. And there's no more factoring we can do, so we know we're done. All right, 2 more here. The next thing we're asked to do is to solve this system. Okay, now you have 2 options here about how to solve this system. Option 1 is going to be, you can graph it. So graph the left-hand side, graph the right-hand side, find the points of intersection. Okay, and I'll show you that here real quick. So let's see here, do I have it? I do. Okay, so hopefully this will reorient for you guys. If not, you're going to have to turn your head for a little bit. My apologies here. Okay, so real quick, we'll graph this. So 5x to the third was our equation there, minus 10 x squared. And the other equation was negative 3x plus 6, like that. And so we'll graph. Okay, there's my cubic, and there's my other one. Okay, my other equation. So I can see here that these intersect at exactly 1 point. Okay, so we're going to hit second trace, and we're going to do intersect, because that's where we're going to find the solution to our system here. So I'll go over here, and again, once I press second trace, select intersect, go towards that point of intersection, and hit enter 3 times, and there's our answer at 2, 0. Okay, so if we look here, it doesn't look like our graph is going to intersect anywhere else, so just 2, 0 is our answer there. Okay, so 2, 0 is our solution. Another way to do it, if you don't want to use graphing calculator, and I'm like, who of you will not want to, but I'll go ahead and do this out anyway. We can use substitution. Since both these equations here are equal to y, that means they have to be equal to each other if we're trying to solve it. So we can just combine like this. I'll add the 3n and subtract the 6 over, so it's equal to 0. Okay, and then we'll factor. It looks again like we could factor by grouping here. I don't see a GCF, but we can try grouping these two and grouping these two. From this first group here, we can take out a 5n squared, which leaves behind an n minus 2. And from this group here, we can take out a 3, and it'll be n minus 2. And then they both have the n minus 2 in common. And then we'll set the n minus 2 equal to 0, and the 5n squared plus 3 equal to 0. And we can see here that if I add 2 to both sides, I get n equals 2. So there's that solution that we got right there. Okay, the other option that we get is this, but if we solve this here, if I subtract 3 on both sides, I get 5n squared equals negative 3. Divide both sides by 5, I get n squared equals negative 3/5. And then when I square root, well, we're square rooting a negative, which is imaginary. Okay, and so for our system here, that's why it didn't show up in the graph. Okay, we're just going to keep with real solutions here. So we'll just stick with that one, okay, and throw those out for right now. All right, last one here, we're asked to divide. Now remember, with division, you have 2 options. We can do synthetic division, which we can do here, or we can use long division. Okay, so I'll show you both. Okay, with synthetic division, the number we're going to put in the box comes from over here, okay, but it's not a positive 2 we put in the box, it's the opposite, it's negative 2. And then we put all the lead coefficients. That's a 1 right there, right? Put those lead coefficients in. So it's a 1, then a 2, then negative 4, and then 8. Okay, and then we will drop the 1 down, negative 2, 0, 0, negative 4, 8, 16. So you can see here that it didn't divide evenly, but that was just our purpose was to divide. So what is the result for this answer? Well, we started with a cubic, so it means our answer here will be 1x squared plus 0x minus 4 plus 16 over that x plus 2 that we didn't still divide by. That's our remainder, remember, so the remainder goes right there like that, and there's our answer. Okay, for long division, we'll put the x plus 2 out front here, and we'll put the x to the third minus plus 2x squared minus 4x plus 8. And we should get the same answer that we got right here, so we'll see. Again, we want to think what times x gives us x to the third. So the answer is we would multiply by x squared. X squared times the x gives us x to the third. X squared times 2 gives us 2x squared. Okay, so we'll subtract that quantity. And again, I don't like subtracting, so I will add the opposites, which those cancel, and we're left here with a 0x squared. And so I want to bring down the minus 4x, and I need to multiply by something right here that would do 0 times x, that would give me 0x squared. So what I'm going to say is multiply by 0x. 0x times x will give me 0x squared. And then 0x times the 2 will give me a plus 0x. And again, we'll subtract that quantity. Now these are just zeros, so I'm not going to bother adding the opposites. They just, that's gone. Negative 4 minus 0 is still a negative 4x, and we'll bring down that plus 8. Okay, and then we will figure out again what times x will give us a minus 4x here. And that's going to be a negative 4. So negative 4 times x gives me negative 4x. Negative 4 times 2, negative 8. And again, we'll subtract the quantities there, and we'll change it to add the opposites instead. So plus, plus, plus there. Those cancel, and 8 and 8 makes 16. And there's that remainder that we talked about and had earlier. So we'll put a plus 16 over x plus 2. And there's our final answer there. Okay, so check the assignment out on Schoology, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow with our next review.